Okay, here we are at the Georgia Guidestones in Elbert County, Georgia, near Elberton, right off of Highway 77. These are located on the highest point in Elbert County, and it's a bit of a mystery as to who paid to have them built or anything. They wanted to remain anonymous. It was a group. They're in a multitude of different languages. Here it says, maintain humanity under 500 million in perpetual balance with nature. Guide reproduction wisely, improving fitness and diversity. Sounds like eugenics to me. Unite humanity with a living new language. One world, one government. Rule passion, faith, tradition, and all things with tempered reason. Okay, Protect people and nations with fair laws and just courts. Let all nations rule internally, resolving external disputes in a world court. Avoid petty laws and useless officials. That would sound like applicable to this, but what do I know? Balance personal rights with social duties. Prize truth, beauty, love. Seeking harmony with the infinite. Be not a cancer on the earth. Leave room for nature. Leave room for nature. Something tells me they're associated with the green movement. At any rate, it's in a bunch of different languages here. Same thing. There's Russian. Some kind of Arabic script. This might be Korean or Chinese. I don't know. Very curious. Very curious. There's a number of astrological and astronomical things that are of significance here, I suppose. That's Hebrew and maybe Sanskrit. Pretty big. Pretty darn big. Spanish. And that sounds like some type of that's probably Swahili right there. Spanish over there. Very interesting. A curious thing. Here in the middle of basically Georgia. Here it says the story of the Georgia Guidestones began in June 1979 when a stranger identified as Mr. Christian, later R.C. Christian, visited Joe H. Findley Sr., president of the Elberton Granite Finishing Company, Inc., and indicated that he represented a group of loyal Americans living outside the state of Georgia who wanted to build a monument focused on the theme of conservation. Mr. Christian wanted to build a monument. Mr. Christian, who had assumed this pseudonym because he was a Christian, named Wyatt C. Martin, president of the Granite City Bank, that's Elberton, as intermediary to hold funds in escrow. I think it's Elberton, I don't know. Maybe there's another city here. Hold funds in escrow for the project, explaining that the Guidestones group, which wished to remain anonymous forever, had selected Georgia because of its excellent granite, mild climate, and the heritage of his great-grandmother as a native Georgian. Christian agreed to Martin's request to locate the monument in Elbert County if there were a suitable remote site for it, which they found on a hillside that is the highest point in Elbert County on the farm of Mildred and Wayne Mullenix, north of Elberton on Highway 77. Findley's company carved the 6-part monument from pyramid blue granite. The Georgia capstone, measuring 19 1/4 feet in height at its highest peak. The stone group measures 17 1/3 feet. The Georgia Guidestones consist of 4 granite megaliths set in a paddle wheel arrangement around a central stone which is surmounted by a flat capstone measuring 19 1/4 feet in height at its highest peak. The stone group measures 17 1/3 feet in width. Its diameter is 65 feet. Overall weight of the 951 cubic feet of granite used is 237,746 pounds. A ground marker west of the Guidestones provides additional data and covers a buried time capsule. Each of the 4 sides of the capstone features the statement of cautionary guidance to humankind, translated into Babylonian cuneiform, Classical Greek, Sanskrit, and Egyptian hieroglyphics. To let these be guidestones to reason. Below, The guidelines are carved into the 8 faces of the 4 outer stones in English, Spanish, Swahili, Hindi, Hebrew, Arabic, Chinese, and Russian. In English, the guidelines specify the following. And I just read that over there. Huh. In addition to these conservation messages, the monument displays a number of astronomical features. The Georgia Guidestones Monument, which is owned by Elbert County, was dedicated March 22nd, 1980, and has remained a source of mystery and intrigue to its numerous visitors and those who learn of it from afar. It is indeed interesting. Very curious sort of a thing. Never seen anything quite like it for sure, except Stonehenge in England. And it is a mystery also. And this is where the time capsule is buried. Right here. Guidestone languages: Russian, Chinese, Arabic, Hebrew, Hindi, Swahili, Spanish, English. Astronomical features: channel through stone indicates celestial pole. Horizontal slot indicates annual travel of sun. Sunbeam through capstone marks noontime throughout the year. Author R.C. Christian, a pseudonym. Sponsors a small group of Americans who seek the age of reason. Time capsule placed 6 feet below this spot on, to be opened on, doesn't say squat. Very curious. Physical data. Okay. 951 cubic feet of stone. And on the top, the capstone, it's Babylonian cuneiform, Egyptian hieroglyphics, Sanskrit, Classical Greek, all which say, let these be guidestones to an age of reason. I don't know what the N stands for up there. Certainly interesting, but Jan and the Hound are getting hot in the RV, and we gotta roll, so time to go. As curious as this is, we've now seen it. I can say I've seen it. There it is.